Danaska, let's remove the mask. Because apartheid did not survive on ideology alone. It survived on money. Big money. While the world condemned apartheid in speeches, behind closed doors, business was booming. Apartheid needed partners, banks, corporations, foreign governments, private investors, and they showed up. Not because they loved racism, but because racism was profitable. Cheap labor, no unions, no minimum wage, no accountability, a corporate stream. Now, let's talk mining, gold, diamonds, platinum. South Africa didn't just extract minerals, it extracted black bodies. Men worked kilometers underground, breathing dust, losing lungs, losing years. Mining houses paid wages so low that survival depended on debt, and the apartheid state enforced it. If workers protested, police were sent. If unions were formed, leaders were banned. The law was not neutral. It guarded profit. Companies like Anglo-American built empires on migrant labor. They knew the system was brutal. They knew families were destroyed, but profits were high. So silence was cheaper than conscience. Publicly, they would speak reform. Privately, they enjoyed protection, tax breaks, and workforce that could not walk away. Now let's talk banks. Apartheid could not function without finance. International sanctions existed on paper, but money found a way. Foreign banks provided loans, credit lines, insurance. Some routed funds through third countries. Some used shell companies, and they all knew where the money was going. Weapons, surveillance, security forces, the same forces that raided townships at night. And arms dealers, they thrived. Even under embargo, apartheid bought weapons through front companies, through secret agreements. Public funds were redirected. Billions spent on guns instead of housing, instead of schools, instead of healthcare. Corruption wore a uniform and carried a briefcase. Here's the hypocrisy. Western governments said, we oppose apartheid, but their corporates said, we see opportunity. They criticized publicly and they profited privately. Oil companies supplied fuel. Tech companies supplied surveillance tools. Manufacturers supplied vehicles used in forced removals. Apartheid was condemned in daylight and funded at night. Let's be clear, this is not ignorance. Reports existed, photographs existed, testimonies existed. Sharpeville, Soweto, detention without trial. They knew, they chose profits anyway. And when apartheid prepared to fall, the same companies prepared for transition. They moved money offshore, they secured assets, they rebranded. Very few were held accountable, very few paid reparations. The wealth stayed, only the flag changed. Danaska, apartheid was not only a political crime, it was a business model, a system where suffering was monetized and morality was optional. This is why inequality didn't disappear in 1994, because stolen wealth was never returned. In episode 4, we expose how corruption escalated in apartheid's final years and how many walked away with full pockets while the country burned. Follow for more History Decoded.